Okay, let's make sure that the volume works before I introduce myself. Make sure you guys can hear me, because you know what? Sometimes the volume, you just never know if the sound works. So let's see here. All right, it works. All right, guys. Hello, I'm Megan, also known as Curator Kitty. So today we're going to do another live stream. It will be the last live stream of the month before the new year. So excited for the new year. We're approaching 2022. Yeah, it's going to, hopefully it's not as much of a dumpster fire as 2019, 2020, and 2021. I would say all three of those were terrible. Um, so I think we're going to try and make ourselves happy today and start making some music. So what I actually have, I think our last live stream was a funk track, and I labeled it "Got a Lot to Live For," based off of one of the vocals that I put in there. I don't know if I actually put it in the live stream. Oh no, the last live stream I did was a Christmas live stream. So I actually am going to introduce you to a track that I already made. I was thinking about making something that was pure funk and disco. And I think it's about, let's see how long it is. It's probably about 5 minutes. So I think that we could add to this for sure. Let's make it maybe a 10-minute track. But I did actually create a track the other day. I was really excited because I wanted to make something that was going to be mixed with genres that I'm familiar with and genres that I don't often use. And like I said, I don't really make my tracks based on a genre. I usually make them based on my mood or like what I want to hear. I mean, sometimes it does involve picking a certain genre, but most of it is just making something that I want to hear that I don't get to hear often. So I made a dubstep, trance, drum and bass, and I think a little bit of deep house. So I put that all in one track the other day. So I don't know if I put it on SoundCloud or not yet, but if I export it, I'll let you guys know. I'll post it on my Facebook page. So right now I'm going to my SoundCloud, and I'm going to put the website in the chat here so you guys can go to it, because I have a couple new tracks in there. Let me see while I'm here if it's in here, because I'm positive. It's funny, I almost don't keep track anymore what I put on SoundCloud, because I feels like every time I make a new track, it's just kind of for an event or for oh, it is on here. Okay, it's called Rock That Bass. It's a really good track. I'll actually put the actual link of that in there too, just so you guys can hear it. So there's my SoundCloud one that I put, and then this is the actual one that I'm talking about. It was so good. It was like really trancey with like the melodic tones, and then I did bass from drum and bass, and the beats were from drum and bass, and I think the deep house was probably just like vocals that I kind of added in there, but it's so good. So like the vocal that I found first was a male voice, and he was like, "DJ, rock that bass, rock that bass." And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna find a really powerful bass sound to kind of give this guy what he wants, right? Because he's like, DJ, rock that bass. So I'm like, all right. But the entire track has different types of bass instruments and different types of bass sounds. So throughout the whole thing, it's like very trancey and like lots of bass, really cool beats, and yeah, I really like it. So it's called Rock That Bass. So it is on my SoundCloud, and the one that we're gonna do is called Got a Lot to Live For. If you guys are just tuning in and you've never seen my live streams, I started making music because I, wanted to create soundtracks and music for my my videos that I was doing in photo shoots. I was either doing music videos where I would include someone's music and then maybe add something for the credits. And then I had photo shoots that I would take video of to, like, for promos. And I was just tired of buying music all the time from Epidemic and Soundstripe, and it was just it was, and then it's just a lot. It's just it added up. Actually, the money added up. So I was like, if I'm going to spend money, I might as well just get a software to create my own music. So I used Cubase first, and then I started to use Amplify, which is by Novation. Novation also makes those push pads, the push pad gear, with all the the little push pads on them. They're different colors, and you can add sounds to them, or you can use them to create your own music, which I still have not. Like I said, after this new year, I'm going to get a controller, I'm going to get proper speakers, and I'm going to get the right chords for my keyboard. So right now, I mean, up until January, we're just going to keep doing it with software. But I don't really mind doing that because I do like to create. I just think it'll be fun to be able to use the controllers more, use push pads more, and start like kind of fucking around with the track and changing it. And yeah, I'm learning how to mix now. That's really exciting. It's really hard. It's very technical. It's very time consuming, but I think the more that I do it, when I actually have the right setup at home, I'll be able to do that some more. I'll be able to do it more, and I'll probably just do live streams of. I may not even be talking to you guys. I might introduce myself, but I might just be rocking on my my gear. So that's gonna be for next year. And so I started making music for my videos, and I was really inspired by Quentin Tarantino movies and like art house films and stuff like that, old like horror movies and stuff. And I just love the way that their soundtracks were, So I just started doing that, and then eventually, like 2019, I started kind of making my own music to just listen to, and that was inspired. A lot of those tracks were inspired by going to Queen at Smart Bar. Some of them were inspired by, listening to grime or techno at different venues, and then also it was just sometimes music that I really wanted to just create on my own. So I think because I was a videographer, I just wanted to make music that made you visualize what you heard. So created a scenery or a scene to the sound of the music, and then I went from that to uploading it to Spotify, and I have been checking my analytics. So my music has been definitely has people have been playing it more often. It's been played more often on Spotify, which is great. And I like that they do sound campaigns or music campaigns as well. And then what else? Oh, so then I started like being able to perform at a few places, and I've been blessed with that. I know that there's one place I was supposed to be playing next week, but they got canceled because of, I guess, COVID regulations. So the New Year's event will be the only event that I'll have until after January. So I'm going to really focus on getting more gear and getting practicing, and then maybe being able to perform or play for parties. So if you guys know anyone, please let me know. Like, I don't mind playing small events. I'm not doing weddings or anything like that, but I just want to be able to play some small events so that I can just get myself out there. I want to do it old school, like make some flyers, do collective events. I don't really know if like bars and restaurants really want me because I'm still new. I'm still new, and it's I used to kind of feel like, oh, everyone's like, it's like the same like 20 people and blah blah blah, but like it's not that. It's just because I no one knows that I can do this yet, and I think the more I do it, then the more I'll be able to get myself out there. So right now, we're just going to still focus on having fun and making some music. And you know what? If no one ever uses my music, or I don't really my music doesn't really go anywhere, like no one uses it for any of their projects, it's fine. I mean, it's out there forever. It's out on, social media. It's out there on Spotify and SoundCloud, all of that. It's just out there. I mean, I think YouTube even has like has content like for about 20 years. So yeah, I mean, I don't want that to happen. I'd like to be able to be more successful with it, but I just need to be like streaming more often and just be creative. And I mean, I want to get to the point where I can stream almost every day and just play some really cool music with all this gear that I have. So I just can't wait because like touching the knobs, touching like all of the actual gear is just like so exhilarating, and like learning the technicalities of it. So yeah, so I'm very excited, and I'm gonna play this track for you guys so you guys can hear it. And it's called "Got a Lot to Live For." It's really good. It's like funky, and it's really good. So I'm gonna play this for you guys. Okay? All right, let's do this. Let's see. Make sure it's not too loud. All right. Let me see if I can adjust the. I think I have to do the audio. I don't think the audio is working. So hold on, guys. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Come on. Ableton. Oh, it's because it sounds like a Bluetooth. That's why. No. Let's see. I don't know why it's like doing that. Is this plugged in even? Oh, I know why. Hold on a second, guys. There's no audio coming out here. Let's see what's going on. Audio. Input, output. It's so strange that Ableton's not doing this. Hey. Technology, guys. Technology. Just bear with me. Go grab a snack if you want to. Because it's going to be just a little while here. Oh, here we go. Okay, now. Audio input. All right, so that's it. That's where it stops. So I think we should definitely add to it. I love the beginning because the beginning kind of reminds me of like the old school like vinyl records, you know, like it's just like, and it's called Trip Out, which is really cool, like the actual music file. So I just love this so far. I mean, this is almost like a soundtrack. It almost is more of a score, something you'd hear in the Get Down, you know, during that time in New York in the '80s, something like that, where you know those kind of get-togethers were so crucial to that society that those kids lived in. The black and brown youth that lived there in the 80s, because it's a way for them it was a way for them to express themselves fully and without judgment and feel like they were part of something bigger than themselves. So this track kind of reminds me of that, you know. I just feel like, you know, when you hear it, you should just be like seeing black men with afros just walking down the street, and they're all like, you know, looking all swag, and then they got like the sunglasses, and you know, they all up in the 80s, like, you know, the big fucking like the big blouses, and just cool, like they just look cool, and like they just look like they have so much confidence, but yet they're like have so much pain, you know. So just like, you know, that kind of vibe where people are a community, they're trying to live a better life, and by doing that, you know, it just, you gotta stick together. So it kind of reminds me of maybe this track being in something like that. That's kind of what the Get Down reminded me of. I still have to finish that show, by the way. But yeah, we're gonna add to this. So I'm gonna get my loop cloud here, and I remember telling you guys on my loop cloud, if you guys use loop cloud and you really want to make music, I think it's a really great software to use because um, you know, it just, you know, it's easy because you have, actually, let me show it to you guys. I need to add it to the share. It's really cool because I know I feel like I'm repetitive right now because I just don't know if not everyone's watching this live stream. So I just like to repeat myself when I'm introducing something that I use. So this is Loop Cloud. I'm going to take myself off. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna undo this loop. So you just click on it to get rid of it. Okay, so don't click on anything else. Just click on the bar, this bar, and then you're just gonna like left click and then click on loop again to unloop it. So let me just loop the right one. So I'm gonna select this part. This we go. Okay. Alright. Alright. I got it. Alright, now I don't know why my loop cloud is not playing anything. It's being very odd. It's not. I'm gonna have to like log out and log back in. Cause it's not letting me do anything. It's weird. Okay, so there is bass on the bottom. Okay, that's what I was gonna do, I think, originally. So let's actually leave it the way it was, because the bass and the drums, it looks like, was where it was supposed to be. Okay. Let's go to the end again. I kind of like that better, though. I do like that actually better. This melody. I mean, really, like, I really do like this a lot better. So I'm gonna loop this, keep it looped. Alright, let's see if I can play it. Hopefully it stays looped. I hope it still loops around. I don't know if it's gonna keep looping. It's weird because I just selected that and it was all black, so. There we go. Okay, it's looping now. Alright. Alright, so now I have the drums in Ableton already. So I selected drums instead of a bass, because I already ended with bass and I don't really want to keep going with that. So I just did a whole new funk beat. So I'm going to show you Loop Cloud again, because now we have Loop Cloud again, so I can actually play it within the actual software instead of having to show you Ableton each time. So let's go ahead and pick the sounds just while we're in Ableton, or while we're in Loop Cloud, which will be really fun. All right, so let's go here. Let's see here. Yeah. All right, now we can actually play within Loop Cloud, which will be really fun. What is going on with my computer? Come on, man. Oh my goodness. It's like it went away. What is going on? Ah, okay, I got it back. Whew, guys. Okay, computers are tricky. Alright, so let's go and pick something in Loop Cloud. So I already have the drums, and it's at 87, so now I'm going to pick some vocals. So let's pick some vocals, and we'll see how it sounds together. I love that it just does it by itself automatically. Alright.
Never gonna stop, so we're gonna go all night. Oh, yeah.
Getting funky now.
Sound system pumping with the slick back beat.
So work for love, work with you. Then I'll step right back. Then I'm gonna stop until it ain't no more.
Got a lot to live for. Yes,
You out of move. You got the style, but I got the groove.
take a little trip up on the dance floor.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is gonna be dope. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking because I need to like start putting this stuff together. So sorry guys, I'm gonna just kind of go a little silent on my end, at least for talking, and then we're gonna start kind of finishing this up. I'm so excited, like, oh my gosh, it sounds so good. Alright, so we got the drums here, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys Ableton, and then you'll be able to see me drag and drop these tracks onto here. Alright. Now I think I know where I'm going to put it.
Take a little trip. Take a little. Take a little trip. Take a little. Take a little trip up on the dance floor. Rhythm's going deeper as you ask for more. Take a little more. More. Take a little trip. Going deeper as you ask for more. Take a little trip up on the dance floor. Take a little trip up on the dance floor. Rhythm's going deeper as you ask for more.
Feel the grooves, shake your jump and show your moves. so right. Never gonna stop, so we're gonna go all night. Give me that sweet bass funk. Give me that so right. Never gonna stop. Vibes all night. Just feel so right. Vibes all night. Just feel so right. Never gonna stop. So we're gonna go all night. Vibes all night.
I think we're done, guys. I think we made a track. So I guess we didn't do up to 10 minutes, and that's fine. I don't mind if it's not 10 minutes. So I'm gonna replay it for you guys, and then yeah, I think we'll be done. So I think we're gonna definitely export this now, put it on my SoundCloud, and you guys are welcome to peruse and listen and everything. I'm really excited. So here I'm gonna put the live stream. I'm gonna put it on the live stream here. You can see the SoundCloud website up here, and then I think I'm also gonna put up. I think that might be all of them. Oh, my YouTube. Is it YouTube up here? Well, there's the YouTube. You don't really have. I mean, obviously it says subscribe to my YouTube. I'd love for you guys to do that because I have a lot more views than I do subscribers. But I'm gonna put that on the ticker on the bottom here. If you guys see it down here, yeah. So I would suggest you guys do that because it really does help the algorithm and it helps me get out there more. So I'm gonna play this track for you guys, and then that'll be it, and we'll call it a night. And I want you guys to have fun today. So you can grab a snack, you can do whatever else you're doing. If you're close by, if you have headphones on, just take a listen. I hope the quality's good, and just have fun with it. right, that was freaking awesome, guys. Freaking awesome. It's freaking awesome, guys. All right, so we are done with that track. And I did have the, oh, I commented. We do have all of the, any of the links that you guys are looking for will be in the chat. My SoundCloud, my YouTube should be up here. Oops, let me show you guys. And actually, I was actually checking the I was actually checking my YouTube, and it sounds really good on YouTube. So I think this boom mic really does work very well. So you can't click on what I'm showing you on the screen, but you can go in the chat, and you'll be able to see in the chat what everything, you'll be able to go and see the separate pages that I have. And yeah, so I'm really excited to be able to keep creating. I think this honestly was one of those tracks where I felt like, wow, this is something that I really think would sound good in a short film. Like I said before, this track really reminds me of watching The Get Down when they had those really cool ballads. I mean, it was kind of like a black creative show that was about the young folk, brown and black folk in New York in the 80s, and the idea of a get down was like all of those young people were able to create a community based off of escaping racism, escaping violence, escaping police brutality, the fires, the blackouts, all of that shit that was going on in Hell's Kitchen in Harlem and those areas, and the Bronx and some of those boroughs in New York that really had a hard time with gentrification and being pushed out and being kind of forgotten and discarded, and it was just really crazy. So like this track kind of reminds me of that black power, that black oppression, just the push and pull of society versus the people. I mean, this is kind of what this track reminds me of. So I'm definitely going to export it. I think it's done. I'm not going to fuck with it anymore. It's 8 minutes and I love it. I mean, I've been making a lot of music that is very funky and fun. And it's not that this isn't funky and fun, but it's more of a ballad. It's more of an ode to something that reminds me of something that was like our ancestors struggling and trying to thrive in a world that didn't want them. So this has more substance. I know a lot of my tracks do have substance, but they're meant to make you feel good, and they're kind of light and fun, or they're dark and like grimy or industrial. This is like this just speaks to me, and it has more of that storytelling that I kind of am trying to curate on my own as far as my brand goes. So Art by Megan B is my umbrella of my art, because it was Hair by Megan B back when I did hair. Then when I did videography and painting, it was Art by Megan B. So Curator Kitty is part of the umbrella of Art by Megan B. I did comment on my own live stream in here, so you can click on that. Should say Art by Megan B in here. And yeah, you guys should definitely check it out. Check out my face. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I think I'm on Discord as well, Curator Kitty. And yeah, and YouTube. So I'm trying to get myself out there, and hopefully next year will be better. But I'm always going to be like looking up and looking to the bright side of things. And now that I have a part-time job that I'll be starting next week as a brand promoter for Leaf Guard, #1 leaf gutters in the country. So yeah, Leaf Guard. I'm going to be starting to promote for them. So it'll be part-time. It'll be some good income that will help me pay for gear, pay for software, pay for maybe traveling, looking and seeing if I can do some gigs outside the city, because like I said, Chicago just doesn't know me yet. And I just really want to be able to get some work, but I just really have to be able to practice and get better. And That's what I want to do first. So I want to brush up my skills and get myself a DDJ or CDJ, whichever tickles my fancy, or a really cool mixer. Serato makes this really cool mixer. It's like, I'm actually going to show it to you. It's already been an hour streaming, but I might as well show it to you guys. I usually go Sweetwater. Oh, wait, everything's in all caps. Sweetwater. Sweetwater.com? Is it Sweetwater.com? No, it's not. Oh, I put Sweatwater in. You guys, it's been a long day. Jesus Christ. Okay, so let me show you Sweetwater, not Sweatwater. And you guys will be able to see what I'm talking about. So I did show you guys the DDJ that I wanted. But there's this really cool one that I want you guys to see. It's like a mixer, but it has like the screen on the mixer, which is really cool. So it's kind of like a DDJ, but without the plates on it, and it has a screen so you can see what you're doing. Let me see if I can do Serato mixer and narrow it down, because so this is a really good website if you want to get mixers and music equipment. I mean, I don't know if they have like used stuff. Oh, here it is. I don't know if they have used stuff, but oh Jesus, it's like $1,000. Well, I guess I can't get it, but this is what I'm showing. This is what I'm talking about. So when I can get the money, I'm going to get this. So it has the highs, the mids, the lows, and then it has the sync buttons in the actual screen. So you can see it has up to 4 tracks, which I think are 6 tracks, it looks like. So I only want one that has 2. So I'm going to try and find one that has 2 tracks. But it has all the hot cues, you know, it has the samplers in here. So it's got everything that a DDJ has. It has the faders, but it just doesn't have, you know, it has the loads. You can load your actual music onto there. You can browse. I think you can put like 2 different devices in it. So I think it's kind of cool. And I don't know if they have one that's like actually cheaper though. Let's see if we can find one that's cheaper, because I did not know. I mean, I think I saw this like on the Serato Instagram. Let's see if we can find one that's like under 300. Okay. So this might be one without the, yeah, it doesn't have the screen on it. It's still pretty cool though. I mean, it still has, oops. It still has the, let's see, treble, mid, bass, gain. Okay, so instead of low, medium, high, it says, okay, so it has kind of all the mids. It has a few loopers, and it has the fader. So it's a little smaller. It doesn't have a screen, so you definitely need to use your laptop. I mean, the other one, I'd probably do it anyway because it's so small. But this would be great. This would be a good first mixer for me, because it has the things that I recognize that I've used before. And it's only, I think this is like $4.99. So you could actually, they let you pay per month for these, for this kind of stuff. So I'm still looking for I'm still going to be getting, I actually check every month to see how much the controller is, because you know, I don't know if they're going to do like Christmas sales or something. Some people do sales like right after the new year. They kind of lower everything. Oh, it's $249 now. It was $260 something before. So okay, so this is ultimately the one that I want, obviously. So this is going to be the one that I want, because it has, you know, the plates, you know, that you can go and you can adjust your tracks however you want. Then it has the hot cues in here, and it has the lows, mids, and highs, and it has the faders, which, I mean, you don't really want to use a lot anyway, but also has the headphone volume, the master level, which is master Q, so you can hear everything a little louder. And then it has the cue and sync button, so it does have everything that I want. This is basically what I want to get when I'm like performing, if I'm DJing without now the regular mixer is just like if I'm making music on. I think if I get an actual mixer, I'm just going to use it at home and use that for you guys when we do our live streams. And then when I do when I use my controller which is what you're seeing now, that's going to be for when I'm traveling to a place to play. Because it's so small, you guys. Like, let me see if I can see how small it is. I don't think it's even that big. Let's see. It's got to show me how big it is. That's what she said. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so it's like 2 inches by 19. Okay, so that's not very big. So it's, I mean, literally like probably like the size of this keyboard. So it's like probably the size of this keyboard. Maybe just a little bit longer because this is more square, but it's not much bigger than this keyboard. So that'll be really cool to be able to tote that around and not feel like it's too heavy. Because I've seen people have those big ones, you know, like the 6-track ones, and they're huge. So I actually am gonna bookmark this, you guys. I've never bookmarked this, so I'm gonna bookmark it. Oh, there's an app. Okay, I'm just gonna install the app, you guys. There's a freaking Sweetwater app. Wow. Maybe it's just what my iMac computer does. Okay, so now it's in my Chrome apps. That's pretty cool. Alright, so now we're kind of looking on the actual app here. So let me see if I can share that with you guys. Sweetwater app. No. Alright, let's see if this is it. Yeah, holy shit, guys. Okay, so this is the Sweetwater app. So yeah, that's really cool. I wonder if they do dark. I really want it to be like a dark version. I don't like the white. Okay, well, yeah, so I'm just definitely, now I have this at home on my desktop, so that's cool. I don't have to keep going to the website. So yeah, alright guys, well, I'm gonna get going. I have to probably put this on hold for now. We're gonna have a few more, live streams. I think we'll have another live stream like next week maybe. So I lied. This is not the last one. We'll have one more and then that'll be it, guys, because I don't really want, you know, it's going to be the holiday soon. So I don't really want to be, you know, freaking out and stressing out if I have too much to do. And I don't really want to tire you guys out because I know you guys have plans. And yeah, I don't want to you know, stretch myself too thin because it's going to be another week now before Christmas, or a few days before Christmas and another week before New Year. So I'll probably do one more live stream the Monday after Christmas. So Monday or Tuesday. So tune in, you guys. I love you guys. I hope you guys stay happy and stay healthy and, you know, love each other, make some art, have fun.